We are excited to welcome actor Eric Nelson, star of the new film Trail of Vengeance. Eric, thanks for joining us.
Good morning, y'all. Happy to be here.
Morning.
It's a big day for you, right? Because there's a red carpet screening today. The film's finally getting rolled out, and audiences in Northwest Arkansas can see it.
That's right. We got to shoot it here last summer, and so to be back to now to get to celebrate it and see it in theaters, and we've got a sold-out audience tonight. I'm just so excited about it.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I know we talked to you earlier, but just in case anybody hasn't seen that interview, what can you tell us about the project and your character?
Trail of Vengeance is an epic period piece Western. Takes place right after the Civil War, and it's got everything you want in a Western and more. Tons of shootouts, action, twists, turns, but it's also got a true piece of history ingrained into it, and it's a story we haven't seen before in other Westerns. And just in short, in the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln appointed these secret spies from the North to infiltrate the South, to kind of gather as much intel and information as they could in the South to help their chances to win the war. And so my job is, and they called them the Woods, these spies. And these were real people back in the day. My job, not a good guy, but my job is to take out the rest of the Woods, because they know too much and they could really hurt our lives.
Oh, wow.
So you're a bad guy?
You're a baddie?
Yes, I am a baddie, but you know, I'm doing it because I think that's the only way I can survive.
Okay.
You know, like my life will be ruined if they, you know, and it's not fair. They were secret spies and now they know all this information, so they gotta go.
Yeah,
You're a complex baddie. You're
Yes.
a baddie
Exactly.
with a past.
There's layers
you know?
there.
Yeah.
Layers, I love that. You know, you've been doing a lot of projects here in Northwest Arkansas. What has that filming and how has the community sort of embraced the projects that you've been in, particularly Trail of Vengeance?
You know, it's been incredible. I mean, talk about just one of the most beautiful places I've gotten to work, first and foremost. Arkansas, the beauty here, and the rolling hills and the foliage, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. And you know, we got to shoot a lot of Trail of Vengeance on old Civil War battlefields, which, you know, to get to be shooting where the story actually took place, it brings this level of authenticity that you never really get on other movie sets. And so it was the perfect place to shoot, and I'm just so grateful we got the chance to do it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this kind of Western theme. We've got, you know, Old South. Now, you have a clothing line, right?
I do, yeah. I have a men's Western apparel company called Stockyard Supply Co.
I love that. When did you start that?
We launched in November of last year, so it's still a new venture for me. But I've been so ingrained in the Western culture and world, especially since 1883, that I was like, man, I got to give back to the Western culture somehow. And I love wearing pearl snaps, and so I'm actually, this is one of our new summer shirts.
I love
It's a linen pearl snap, which you don't see a lot of linen and pearl snaps.
Yeah.
So we had a whole fall line come out. Now we've got all of our summer stuff about to launch. This isn't out yet, but it will be in like a week.
Okay.
How cool.
Amazing.
It's been really fun.
And you mentioned 1883. I know you were in that project, phenomenal project, and also obviously Trail of Vengeance. Which came first, your passion for sort of Westerns or your passion for clothes? Or maybe simultaneous?
You know, I've always had a passion for both.
Yeah.
You know, 1883 was my first Western to actually get to shoot.
Oh, okay.
Which was really cool because since then I've gotten to do a handful of them. You know, I think once that door opens and the world sees you as that, they're like, oh, you're a Western guy. Like, we got to keep you doing Western stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's always in there. I just finally got to show it. But I always joke because, you know, I feel like a little kid every day. I'm doing a Western, you know, riding the horses, and I'm wearing the gun belt and the chaps and the whole thing. And so it's just, you know, it's surreal. So any Westerns are calling with a good script, I want to do it.
I love that.
Are you a history buff?
I do love history.
Yeah.
I do. So a lot of it, you know, is a piece of American culture and history, and I think that's why people resonate to it so much.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you're seeing these crazy stories and the violence and everything, but that's how it was.
Right.
Yeah.
And these are real stories from our past, and so to get to show that and bring that to the audience is just like, you know, makes me just giddy.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I think
really
we've kind of danced around it, but would you put this film in the category of a Western? Is it more of a thriller? Is it an action movie? Where would you kind of like, you know, categorize it?
I would 100% top tier Western, but action, violence, and American history all wrapped with a bow. But definitely a Western. We all, you know, have thick accents in the movie, and you know, it takes place in the South, so we lean into it for sure.
I love that. Now, the screening is sold out, from what I understand, here in Fayetteville at the Malco. But I also learned that there's kind of a Q&A and a chance to meet and greet afterwards. So because it's happening in various locations in Northwest Arkansas, people are invited to come and hang out with you all after the screening. Is that what you're understanding too?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll be there talking and answering questions, taking pictures. I think maybe we reserved like 5 to 10 tickets left
Okay.
for anybody who watches this segment who wants to run and get a ticket now.
Yes.
They're going to go
Awesome.
fast, so now's your chance. But
Get
I
out
do
there and do
believe
it.
we tried to save a couple for this interview so people could see it and then go and get a chance to come meet us and watch the movie.
Amazing.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Well,
Yeah.
it's such an
Gotta
honor
get
to
on
meet
that.
you. Thanks for being with us
Yeah,
here
thanks
today.
for hanging out.
Thanks, y'all. This is so fun. I'll
Yeah.
stay all day if you want me
Yeah,
to.
of course. Yeah,
back
we'll have you back
anytime.
anytime. Yes.